You have nothing else to say. Ooh. Small key. Copenhagen Post, Monday, 17th August 1930. Psychotropic deposits at the bottom of the death mine. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen have suggested that mind-altering chemicals naturally sewn into the rock may be the cause of high suicide rates at Greenland mine. At a Greenland mine. The university, which has recently been conducting studies into isolated communities, first became interested in the workers of the northwestern lead mine last year. They discovered that even taking into account Greenland's naturally higher suicide rate, local figures for the last 100 years were abnormally high, at 46 deaths per 100,000 populace, compared to the national average of 29. On further investigation, experts diagnosed in many of the miners symptoms in common with the earlier stages of paranoid schizophrenia. This has prompted researchers to hypothesize that natural deposits of lysergic acid, a pH 4 formula recently discovered to have hallucinogenic how did I manage to say I didn't even pronounce it right. Hallucinogenic, and then I fuck up on properties, may be present in the rocks. Alright. Fuck. What is wrong with me? Few locals were conducted to interview, but those who agreed to speak had their own explanation. Inuit spirits, known as Tomb Gate, live in the mountains. The university is awaiting the result of chemical testing. Studies continued. Wait, is that an M? Is that Tomb Gate or Turn Gate? I can't tell. That might be an R and an N, or it might be an M. I'm not sure. Whatever. Gotta say, they did. I'm glad they polished the so much history in this place, tied up in words and left to decompose. I'm glad that they this typewriter dates back even further from the war, made in Germany 1923. I'm glad they sort of smoothened out the what the hell is that? Beef jerky. Ooh. Well, can I use that? Wait. What can I use? Beef jerky, not without aroma. Is that going to be a lure for monsters or something? A smaller key for a locker or container. A bottle of backstream might come in handy. Don't even know what that is. Rotting wooden shelves must be the added moisture from the grate. This whole room is putrefying. Ooh. Light. I miss being outside already. This place is starting to get to me already. We're only like 20 minutes in. But even if I could reach that grate, it looks built into the rock itself. Fuck me. Alright, sorry about that. That was the phone ringing. That fucking scared the crap out of me. I'll edit that out. So there will be like a blip there when I'm looking up at that. I'll cut it. Alright. Oh, perfect. A chest of storing valuables. Valuables! Oh. Ooh, this might be valuable. Big Book of Explosives, 1923 edition. Chapter 1.3, Black Match Fuse. The Black Match Fuse is one of the oldest, simplest, and most reliable fuses used in modern pyrotechnics. It is easy to create, essentially consisting of just string and gunpowder, but be warned, the chemicals concerned will stain clothing. And as always, due concern is advised. I wish that was my only worry down here. Materials required. String. Preferably cotton, black gunpowder, and backstring. Ooh. The string should be coated with a thin layer of backstring. Check. Which acts as an adhesive. The string is then carefully rolled in the gunpowder. Actually, I don't have any string, do I? In the gunpowder and left to dry at least a couple of minutes before use. Chapter 2.1 Dynamite, invented by Alfred Nobel in 1866. Dynamite is commonly used in construction, mining, and demolition. It is proved for safer to handle than alternatives such as pure nitroglycerin, provided, that is, it has been properly stored. Over time, the explosive component of dynamite supposedly made safe by the presence of the diatomaceous earth. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that, has a tendency to weep, making an old box of the explosive liable to detonate on contact. Materials required: 1 part earth, 3 parts of nitroglycerin, small amount of sodium carbonate, text unreadable, and then simply form into short sticks and wrap in paper. Oh, great. So I've got to just... That's the bit where I just need to do it myself. Like, I'll be like, la la la, and then in the game, I'll be like, okay, now I've got to work out what to do with these things. Chapter 2.3, Trino... Jesus Christ. TNT. TNT was first discovered in 1863 by German chemist Joseph Wilbrand, but it took some years before it yielded its true potential. This was because of the difficulty of making it explode and the lesser detonation in comparison to dynamite. The main advantage was discovered by the German Navy, who employed TNT's relative explosive stability in order to cause massive damage to British warships. Their torpedoes could be detonated inside a ship's armour rather than exploding on contact, as did other shells. Excuse me. Oh, there's a lot to read in this room. I quite like it. I'd like to stay in here for longer. Chapter 2.6, Armstrong's Mixture. Armstrong's Mixture is included in this book as more of a point of interest than as a viable chemical mix. The formula exists as somewhat of a legend in modern pyrotechnics, referenced by those knowledgeable enough to stay away from it as a death mix. Its incredible volatility makes it unsuitable for almost all potential applications. Materials required: red phosphorus and barium. This mixture can be carefully and slowly mixed to minimize risk to the chemist. Sulfur can substitute for some or all of the barium to slightly decrease sensitivity. Shit, I'm done. Wow, 3 notes in 1 room. Seritas is now playing hidden. I think that comes up on the that's not even one of my friends, that's one of Ranat, that's one of my brother's friends. Alright, beef jerky again. Lovely. What was that? Painkillers. Right, so I guess that's like my healing in this game. Did I look in these already? I think I did. I'll double check just in case. Yeah, I probably did, didn't I? I'm sure an eye came up here. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't think there's anything else interesting to look at in here, unfortunately. It's a picture of a British platoon. It must date back to World War II. I suppose this mine was converted into some kind of bunker. I don't think I looked in this one, actually, did I? I'm good at searching in these games. I'm gonna grab everything I fucking can. Right, so how do batteries work in this? Well, I'd prefer a first aid kit, but at least if I'm injured I can grin and bear it. Yeah, good old British stiff upper lip. Probably want that on a hotkey, to be honest, and that. Anything that I might need to use in action, probably want a hotkey. Right. See, the notebook actually takes up an inventory space. See, this game you actually have like stuff. Like, I guess that's why it's called an action game, because in Amnesia, like you didn't have hotkeys, and you could pause. Like when you were in this screen, you'd pause the game. And also, you didn't have items like beef jerky and stuff, which you would need to use, you know, in combat, like to lure things away. Like literally, when a monster appeared, you would just hide and run. You would not fight it in any way. That's probably why you don't have all these items and strategies and stuff. Like, you know, the strategy in Amnesia is just to hide. I guess. I wonder. I don't know. I guess they got rid of it for a reason. Because they got rid of it in Amnesia, and they made it, and they didn't have the whole combat thing. I guess they just wanted to focus on the horror. But to be honest, I feel like it would be scarier having to fight these things, or having to be able, or being able to. There's music, for fuck's sake. Jesus, I've never been this scared in my life. I can feel my heart racing. If anything, it's within more a few meters. I better not stare it down. Stare it out. Anything within my field of vision might panic me, and then I'm gonna. Good to know. Oh god, is it still there?